Hi there, welcome to PyQt5 tutorial for you. My name is Quasi. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use QLabel. QLabel is used to add text and images. Okay, I'm going to show you how to use it now. First, I'm going to create a new Python file. I'm going to call it createlabel.py. Okay, and now that we have our Python script, I'll go to this file here, create window.py. This is what we used in the previous video to create our first window. Okay, so I'm just going to copy all of this and paste it here. Okay, and I'm going to remove sys because we won't need sys in this video, and I'm going to clean this a bit. I'm going to remove all of these comments to make it look neater. Okay, I'm going to remove this, this, and this, and I'm also going to remove this and replace this with an empty list. Okay, I think we are good now. Let me run it and see if it still works. Okay, it does. You can see the application display name here, PyQt5 tutorial for you. Alright, now we can create our label. So I'm going to say create label. Okay, so to create our label, we would say self.label is equal to Qt widgets dot q label, and we want the text to be hello world as usual. Okay, and we're going to say self. Run it now and see if it works. Okay, it does. Hello world. You can see hello world here now. Right, so with this we have created our label. Let's see what we can add to this, but before that we can get the text, okay, from this. So we could say print self.label .text. Okay, save it and run it, and now you can see hello world at the bottom. Okay, so that's how to retrieve the text. So let's see what else we can add. We could give this an object name. We could say self.label, set object name, and we could say this should be label. Okay, and save it. Now if we want to get the object name, we could say print self.label object name. Okay, save it and run it, and now you can see the object name at the bottom, label. All right, so let's see what else we could add. Let me comment this out. We could give it a background color. Okay, we could say self.label.set stylesheet. Okay, and we could say it should have a background color of say red. Okay, save it and run it, and now you can see the background color is red. Okay, let's see what else we could do. We could we could set geometry. Okay, we could say self.label dot set geometry. Okay, and we could say this should be Qt core dot qrect q point 200 over 100. Q point specifies the location. Okay, and q size 150 over 100. Okay, q size specifies the size. All right, so it is supposed to be Qt core dot q points and Qt core dot q size. Okay, so now if I save it and run it, you can see that the position has changed. Okay, and the rectangle is bigger. Initially it was smaller and it was located at the edge here. Okay, but now it's here. So let's cancel this now and let's see what else we could do. There's a shorter way to write this. We could, let me comment this out. Now I'm going to copy it and paste it here. Okay, so we could write it like this. Could take this out and take this out, put a comma here and remove this. Okay, so we could write it like this too. If I save it and run it, you can see we achieve the same thing. So I'm going to cancel this and let's see what else we could do. We could set the visibility. Okay, we could say it should not show. We could hide it. Okay, so we could say self.label dot set visible, and we could say this should be false. Okay, now if I save it and run it, we can't see the label anymore. Okay, so I'm going to cancel this and let's just test it. So we could say self.label dot is visible. Okay, let's print it out to know whether it is visible or not. Okay, supposed to be self, then let's take that out. Okay, so now I'm going to save it and run it. You can see under here at the bottom here false. Okay, because we have set the visibility to false. Okay, but we want that to be true, so I'm going to comment this out and this out also. Okay, save it and run it and we have our label back. Okay, let's see what else we could do. We could set the font, so we could say font is equal to Qt GUI dot Q font. Okay, and we could say font dot we could make it bold, so we could say set bold and this should be true. Okay, so save it and run it. Oh, it's not bold yet. Okay, that's because I've not set the fonts yet. Okay, so I could come down here and say self dot label dot set font. Okay, and say font. Now I'm going to save it and run it, and now it's bold. Okay, we could make it italic, so we could say font dot set italic and we could make that true, save it and run it, and now it's italic. Okay, we could we could underline it. We could say font dot set underline. Okay, and we could make this true and save it and run it, and now it is underlined. Okay, so cancel that. We could give it an overline. Okay, so we could say font dot set overline and make that true, save it and run it, and now we have an overline. Okay, so cancel that, and let's see what else we could do. We could if we wanted final bold, let me say styles, instead of saying set bold, we could say, let me comment this out, we could say font dot set weight. Okay, and we could say this should be 75. Now if we save it and run it, you see it's still bold. Okay, so this is another way to do it. Set weight gives us more flexibility. There are several options. Okay, I think thin is like 0, extra light is like 12, light is like I think 25, normal is like 50, medium is like 57, demi bold, sorry, is like 63, bold, like we've seen, is like 75, extra bold, extra bold is like I think 81, and then black is like typing is okay, black is like 87. Okay, yeah, so you can try that out. I mean, you can try this out. You can just play around with the documentation. Okay, so let's see what else we could do. We could set the point size. Okay, we could come here and say font dot set point size. Okay, and we could say this should be like 36. Now I'm going to save it and run it, and you can see it's bigger, that even the rectangle can no longer contain it. Okay, so I'm going to cancel this, change this to, I'm going to change the size to like 500 by 250. Okay, save it and run it, and now you can see that the rectangle is big enough to contain it. Okay, so I'm going to cancel this. Then this set point size accepts integers. If we wanted floats, we could say font dot set point size f. Okay, and this accepts floats. Okay, so we could comment this out and make this 36.5 and run it, and we have I think this is kind of bigger. Okay, so now I'm going to cancel this, and let's see what else we could do. We could set the alignment. Okay, we could say self.label dot set alignment. Okay, and we could say this should be okay, this should be Qt core dot Qt dot align. Let's make it align. Let's set the alignment to center. Okay, so say align center. Okay, save it and run it, and now it's at the center. Okay, if we want it to be at the top, we'll say align top, save it and run it, and now it's at the top. Okay, if we want it to be at the bottom, we'll say align bottom. Okay, save it and run it, and now it's at the bottom. Okay, if you wanted it to be at the right, then we would say align right, and now it's at the right. Okay, if we wanted it to be at the left, would save it, run it, and now it's tilting towards the left. Okay, the other options, I think there's H center, that's to align it horizontally while occupying the available space. Okay, so it centers it horizontally while occupying the available space. Then there's V center, to center it vertically while occupying the available space. Okay, so cancel that and let's change this to center, save it, run it. Okay, it's at the center. All right, and let's see what else we could do. For the fonts, we could make this we could set the capitalization. We could say font dot set capitalization. Okay, and if we want them to be in capital letters, everything in uppercase, would say 1, then save it and run it, and now everything is in capital letters. Okay, if we wanted it to be in small letters, we could say 3, save it and run it. Okay, oh sorry, this is for small caps. Okay, small caps. Okay, but if you wanted small letters, we could say this should be 2, save it and run it, and now everything is in small letters. Okay, so that's basically how to do that. Let's see what else we could add. We could add an image. Okay, but before we add an image, let me remove this let's remove the text. Okay, so I'm going to remove the text there. Okay, because I want to add an image. All right, and now I'm going to say self dot label dot set pixmap. Okay, and I'm going to say Qt GUI dot Q pixmap. Then what's the name of this logo? DN logo. Okay, logo dot png. Okay, so now I'm going to save it and run it, and now you can see the logo here. Okay, this red spots you see here are from the background. We set the background color to red, so that's why you see these red spots here. So I'm going to remove them. Where's that? Okay, here. So I'm going to comment this out, save it and run it, and now you can see the red spots are no longer there. This is big, if we wanted the logo to fit into the rectangle nicely, we would say self.label dot set scaled contents, and we'll make that true. Save it and run it, and now you can see our logo clearly. Okay, that's what else we could do. We could add a frame to this. Okay, so we could say self.label dot set frame shape. Okay, and we could say Qt widgets dot QFrame dot let's make it a panel. Okay, so I'd say panel, save it and run it, and now you can see the frame. Okay, let's give it a frame shadow, so we could say self.label dot set frame shadow. Okay, and let's say Qt widgets dot QFrame dot raised. Okay, let's make it raised. Okay, so save it and run it, and now you can see it appears like it's raised. Okay, so now I'll cancel this. Let's change this to sunken and see. Okay, so now I'm going to save it and run it, and now you can see that it appears sunken. Okay, so I'm going to cancel this. I think we can stop here. You can just play around with the documentation. Okay, so that's basically how it goes. If you enjoyed watching this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, comment, also hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.